evening. We have Mr. Jalil Rathor from Kashmir with us. He's a senior journalist and keeps a very good eye on the political situation that's happening in the country. Jalil Rathor Saab, welcome to the Public India program. We've just launched our English channel, and I hope and wish that people watch it the way they watched our Hindi program. They watched the English program as well. I will come straight to the question. SC has quashed the conspiracy to change the constitution. The word secular and socialist not to be removed from the constitution. This is the order that's passed by the Supreme Court. The words secular and socialist were added in 1976 before the 42nd Amendment. Before the addition of these words, the preamble of the Constitution mentioned India as a sovereign democratic republic. So words secular and socialist were added then. The Supreme Court on Monday delivered this historic verdict. Supreme Court also dismissed the PIL seeking removal of the word secular and socialist from the preamble of the Constitution. The petitioner had also questioned the validity of the Parliament of the year 1976. On November 25, 2024, which was yesterday, the Supreme Court dismissed the petition seeking removal of the word secular and socialist from the preamble of the Constitution. A bench of Chief Justice Sanjiv Khanna and Justice Sanjay Kumar heard the petition. What I would like to ask you is that given the circumstances and the Sambal incident where a survey was ordered by a lower court, and during the elections, by-polls that were happening in 9 constituencies. And on the day of the prayer meeting, which is on Friday, again a survey team went, and there were some people who were trying to disturb the atmosphere by sloganing and doing all kinds of sloganing, which incited the people. And then there was water being, through the water guns, the water was being, distributed. And it was being said that maybe, they will start excavation very soon. And this is how the rumors started, and the impeding violence in which 5 people died due to police, shooting at the crowd. Now, this is very dangerous because at one point, Prime Minister Modi talks about Waqf bill, Waqf board, taking away, land which is not part of the Waqf property. And on the other hand, on the pretext of doing surveys on old, masjids through the ASI, they are also disturbing the secular fabric of the country and the peaceful coexistence of all religion in this country. What do you have to say about this? Jalil Rathor sir.
Hi. First, I must congratulate Public India for initiating an English channel, because it was quite needed. There are some areas in the country, particularly the south, where people are not that much acquainted with Hindi, so they were getting deprived of whatsoever or what kind of journalism is being done on the other side, which may be of their greater interest. And that is I think it's a great effort that Public India has started an English channel. And I have already extended in a live show my congratulations to Anandji. But anyway, I feel honored to be on this platform. And now, getting back to your question, is that the Supreme Court has quashed the petition wherein it was asked or it was requested that the word socialism and secularism should be removed from the Constitution. See, both these words were a thorn in the eye for a particular set of people, which have been, quite opposing these two words in the Constitution. And ultimately, better late than never, the Supreme Court has given its verdict that it can't be removed. Because even if it is removed, India is a secular country and we are socialists. So we must be, we must rejoice the event. But at the same time, there is an ample amount of need from the higher judiciary to look at the events, what are happening in the country. And there are rules set for certain things which are being eroded, particularly by the lower judiciary, which we have seen in the case of Samba. Even if these kind of surveys were to be done. First of all, according to the law constituted in 1991, there is no need to look deep into the places of worship, whether Hindu or Muslims own them, and particularly after 1947, no such religious place is to be investigated. But unfortunately, it's happening, and it's happening. There is a pattern in it. It's not happening to know the truth. It's happening to embarrass a particular community in the country, and thus a preparation is being made to burn the country into the hatred of communalism. And now you'll ask me, what are those people getting out of it? They are getting nothing. They have nothing to do with anything. They are just polarizing people to garner votes for them, to continue their grip on the governance. So that's my take on it.
Gee, so basically, it's a matter of government, not governance, because there's a difference between government and governance. What you're doing is you're trying to protect the government, but you're not governing properly. And that's where these agitations come across, that's where people come across on the street, and that's where there are a lot of rumor mills begins to start their process. Because when there is governance, then government does not have to be scared. But when the government has ulterior motives, then the governance get effective, the bureaucracy, the legislation, and the parliament. You see how yesterday, after half an hour of obituary, when at the 267, your Mallikarjun Kharge, the leader of opposition in the parliament in Lok Sabha, wanted to raise the issue of Adani. In the Raj Sabha, when he wanted to raise the issue of Adani, Jagdeep Dhankar, the Speaker of the House, the Vice President of India, did not allow that to happen. There were 13 applications on the Rule 267 wanted a talk on that. So it seems that in order to save their crony capitalists, the parliament was not allowed to function. And this is a very sad state of affairs for the constitution. Now, coming back to the Supreme Court bench said that these words are part of the basic structure of the constitution. If you remember, Abhishek Manu Singhvi had put an application that the basic structure of the constitution is being hampered because the level playing field is taken away. He talked about ED, CBI, income tax, and all these three agencies were only targeting opposition leaders or opposition ruled states, whether it was Jharkhand, whether it was Delhi, whether it was West Bengal, whether it was other states, Tamil Nadu or Kerala. ED had nothing else to do but to target the governments of opposition ruled states. This is what we have said. And the Supreme Court also said that the amended power of the parliament also extends to the preamble. So the amended power of parliament also extends to the preamble. That Supreme Court said that being socialist in the Indian sense only means a welfare state. Now, when you talk about welfarism, welfare for all are equal before the law. No, it's not that the rich people are not responsible for the governance for the courts for the India. Courts for the India can summon anyone, any time of the year. The Supreme Court also said that the way socialism is understood in India is very different from other countries. This is the observation of the Supreme Court. They said that secularism, as interpreted in the landmark B.R. Bommai case of 1994, remains a fundamental principle of the Constitution. However, the court said in clear words that the date of adoption of the preamble does not limit the power of Parliament to amend the preamble. Parliament can amend the preamble. Various amendments had happened in the past. The power of amendment under Article 368 of the Constitution also extends to the preamble. The preamble is an integral part of the Constitution. It is not separate from the Constitution. The court will not consider the argument that the Lok Sabha could not amend the Constitution during its term in 1976. Amending the preamble is a constitutional power which can only be exercised by the Constituent Assembly, the CJI said in its judgment. The 42nd Amendment has been under judicial review in the court. The legislature has interfered. Parliament has interfered. We cannot say that whatever the Parliament did at that time, which is emergency, is meaningless. On this basis, the court rejected the petitioner's argument. They said, CJI said in this case that when so many years have passed, then why is an attempt being made to exaggerate this matter? Now, what I want to understand from you is those petitioners who are regular petitioners like BJP MP, Subramaniam Swamy, social worker, Balram Singh, advocate, Ashwani Upadhyay. They are, you've seen Subramaniam Swamy is a perpetual litigant who on these matters always somewhere in the High Court or Supreme Court have litigations going on. Now, what I want to understand from you is, what does a political party achieve by, by removing socialist and secular words from the constitution? What is their ultimate target, and what is the message, the coded message that they are trying to send to their supporters or voters through this exercise? This is very important, which I want to understand from you. Jalil Saab.
See, this is a legal matter, and institutions have better say on that. And the supreme institution is the Supreme Court of India, which has given its observation, and an order has been passed to this context. But when you are talking about people going to the various courts and various legal authorities with these kind of petitions, wherein they are trying to disturb the basic structure of the secular nature and socialist nature of the country, in addition to those people who go with those kind of petitions, like searching, temples under the mosques. There are some people in the country with the political patronage who, to garner the headlines in the media, are habitual of doing these things. But what is agonizing is that they have the patronage of the ruling government, and which has taken an oath on the constitution to safeguard the interests of all communities, all regions, all languages, and we have a multiple culture in our country, and everybody has a right. But what's happening, and what's confusing and disturbing, is the patronage from the ruling government, which does not curb such kind of people. That means they are hand in glue with them, and maybe they are backing all these things, or they are provoking all these things to, with a particular aim and particular motive, which is not hidden from anybody of us. Even it's not hidden from those who are promoting this. But at the end of day, what's happening is happening that we are changing the nature of our country, a country which is symbol of love, affection, and coexistence, and for which we are honored worldwide. And we have set examples. There were times when India was, posed as an example for in the context of coexistence, religious harmony, brotherhood, and equal distribution of resources. Now everything has changed, and for these last years, for the last 10 or 11 years, we have been seeing that the ruling government, I should say, the power behind the ruling government, the political power behind the ruling government, is finding its power, its energy, and its existence in a particular kind of politics, which is, targeting a particular community through legislations, through violation of laws, through coercion, through violence. Now, let us take the example of Uttar Pradesh, where Bahraich has happened recently, and unfortunately, a Hindu boy lost his life. Or what happened in Sambal yesterday, where five persons lost their lives. It's quite unfortunate. Nobody is going to return their lives, and nobody is. The agony is that nobody will be held responsible for this kind of promotion of violence. We have to see that this is being promoted from somewhere. It's not happening all of a sudden. Surveys did happen in past. It happened in Kashi. It happened in Mathura. It happened in Gyanvapi. There was no violence there. Then why was violence in Sambal? Basically, on 19th, the application was submitted by 8 persons, including the person who is a habitual petitioner, uh, some Joshi, some Jain,
Jain,
who is not even from the Hindu religion.
Vishnu Jain.
So, so what happened is, the same day court ordered for the survey, and the same day, bench was constituted to conduct the survey, and the survey happened the same day, which does not happen normally in our judicial system. People have to die. People to 3 generations get consumed in a simple, case. But here you see the same day everything happened. What's this? And why is this? This is not some rocket science. You can understand this was promoted. And then normally a claim was being made ever since the BJP government took the reins of governance in Uttar Pradesh. The communal rights have stopped. But why are they happening now? Where has that claim gone? You have to look into those aspects, and I think that it is a beginning of Manipurization of the whole country. Manipur has been burning for the last 1.5 years. Now what is happening in Uttar Pradesh you can see, and recently a large allegations were of large kind of violence and rigging in the elections, by elections. Maybe that was also this was also aimed at putting that into the a backdrop. The questions raised on what happened in the recent by elections. There were great big allegations made which needed to be uh, investigated by relevant agencies like Election Commission of India. Nothing is happening. This is a kind of you can't call it rule. In recent times we had heard a word Jungle Raj. Now please explain me what Jungle Raj looks like. And the time has come when the people have to understand that enough is enough. We can't go beyond that. Precious lives are being lost in that. Well, somebody, Mohan Bhagwat is on record saying that there is no role of present day Muslims or present day Hindus in the constitution of the history of India for the last 1,000 years. So why to, go to search temples under the mosques? Even Mohan Bhagwat's statement is not being honored. And why should court entertain such kind of things? I think a beginning was made by the former CJI by entertaining the survey of Gyan Vyapi, and he did not consider the law which was made about the religious places in 1991, which has opened a Pandora box. In coming days, you will see these kind of things happening everywhere. So this is a very grim situation, and BJP must understand that they are also, citizens of this country, and the country is dear to all. And if they are the torchbearers of nationalism, they should be more concerned about the welfare of the country, about the progress of the country, instead of these things. We should not indulge in these kinds of things. You make 100 more mosques, you make 1,000 more temples. If we have to pray to God, God never said to fight each other, to kill each other. So we are violating not only the legal laws, we are violating the laws laid by the Almighty in every religion of love, peace, and togetherness. So let us understand that digging out mosques or digging out, places of worship will not yield us anything, except that India will go Taliban way, India will go Afghanistan way, India will go Syria way. Here you don't have small population of minorities. Minorities are almost, you know, more than 20,
20%.
24, 20. Yes, more than 20%. The last consensus was done in 2011. Since then, a lot of things must have changed. But there also, you have one more aspect is being, added to these all kinds of these theories that Muslims have doubled, tripled their population, which is not a fact. So let's do those things. Let's concentrate on development, concentrate on prosperity, on the welfare of the people. By victimizing and hounding a particular community, you are not going to yield anything. You are not going to yield anything, and you want to make them second-class citizen. But then you have to cater to the country, even if you make them second-class citizens. You have to cater to the country through development, through progress, through welfare programs. Where are those programs? Where is that development? I think that is what I can say in this kind of a situation. And going after those things, searching new things to intimidate a particular community. It started from triple talaq, and then now you are initially it was CA, citizenship rights. Then it came to that. Then it came to triple talaq. Now it
Before that,
is
National Register,
now.
National Register for Citizens. When NRC
Yes,
happened in Assam, so it was said that majority of the Muslims are going to be
and
deregistered. But
yes,
when the
it turned to
applications
be
came,
otherwise. It
70% of
turned
the
out to be
applications were
otherwise.
for, yeah, seventy
It
percent of
turned
the
out to be
applications were for
otherwise.
Hindus. Yes,
The
yes,
the
yes,
the the, the quantity of the migrants was of Hindus. The quantum was
70%.
more of Hindus rather than
Yes,
Muslims. So now,
yes.
finding new ways. Now another thing is which they have, started, you know, uh, getting down onto is Waqf board bill. So Waqf board,
Jalil Saab, we'll have a separate program for the Waqf Board bill because there are a lot of technicalities that I want to discuss with you on that.
okay,
As far as
okay,
the Supreme Court is concerned, as far as this judgment is concerned, it seems that the government is trying to save itself, whereas the Supreme Court has come forward to save the Constitution or defend the Constitution. In the nutshell, the role of Supreme Court now in the new governance model that this government has undertaken becomes all the more important. Everybody's eyes on is on the courts now, that how courts allow not allow to function this government against the constitution, because there are a lot of things which are going to come across now. It's just started after the Maharashtra elections. Things have just started. The role of the CGI in the previous 2 years is also questionable. We will also do a program on the CGI's role in the last 2 years, and how is that the new CGI is going to face problems concerning those decisions, or those not no decisions were taken on certain aspects where things have now snowballed into a controversy or violence. So the new CGI has a lot on his plate. We will discuss that on a separate program. On this note, we thank you a lot for being a part of this discussion and clearing a lot of things on the preamble, the Constitution, the role of Supreme Court in defending it. Thank you very
I,
much. Adab.
I have one thing. I have one thing to say before we conclude this conversation, which is that the new Chief Justice has laid a very nice, commendable precedence by giving the verdict on this petition, wherein the petitioner had asked to abrogate the words uh, socialism
Secularism.
and secularism. Let this continue, and at a very
Yes.
fast pace. And these kind of things are put to the side. And let us hope that the present CGI, Honorable CGI, does continue it to the end of his tenure. I have a particular message in this
Hmm.
statement. Let it continue up till the end. Let it
Yeah.
not get haywire in between or towards the end. Thank you.
We hope so too, sir. We hope so too. So we wish you a good day and salam, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.